Yo, what's up? It's your boy Pedro here, dropping in really quick. Want to share with you the 5 things that people are doing totally wrong inside of Facebook travel groups. If you are a part of any Facebook travel group, you want to pay attention to this video and make sure that you're not doing the 5 things that I'm about to mention. If you are doing any of these 5 things, I advise you to stop today.
And cultured.
Here we go. Number one, the number one thing I see people doing totally wrong inside of travel groups is they don't know their travel style. And you might be wondering, well, what is a travel style? Exactly. Most people that I come across have no clue what a travel style is, let alone what theirs is. It's the equivalent of like a personality assessment. So if you've ever taken a personality quiz at work or just on your own at church, then you understand that there are 4 different personality types and they all function differently. And typically we have 2 of those personality types, and sometimes opposites attract, or we share one of those 4 squares. Same thing happens with travel. There are 4 different travel styles, and if you don't know what yours are, or what your spouse is, or your co-workers, or your friends, or whoever you are traveling within a group, then you're going to have some sort of clash. So it's similar to like understanding your personality type or your love language. So once you understand these things, you're able to have better and more productive relationships. Same thing happens with travel. Once you understand what your travel style is, you now approach travel from a different manner, well, from a different perspective. Because now you understand, hey, I travel like this. This is the sort of experience I'm looking for. And with that, there are different search engines that you should use. And a lot of people don't know that. If your personality or travel style is one thing, you need to be searching on different sites. Some sites really cater to a different personality or travel style. And with that, you get a different sort of deal, a different sort of accommodation, a different sort of experience. And at the end of the day, what you want to have is the best experience. So if you haven't done so already, we actually have a travel style assessment. You can go to our website, which is www.hoodandculture.com. There's a section that says quizzes. Go on there, take the travel style quiz, find out who you are, what you are. There's something, if you enter your email, there's a bonus that'll show you how to basically take the information and what you should do with it. Or you can find it on the Facebook page. If you scroll down somewhere, you will see it somewhere on the page. All right, so check that out. That's the first tip I would have. Find out what your travel style is so that you can go back and basically approach not only the travel groups, but approach the search engines appropriately. All right. The second thing that I see people doing wrong in Facebook travel groups is they're not utilizing the search option. What a lot of people don't realize is there is a search option inside of the group. So say if you're interested in finding trains in Paris or trains in New York or dining in Thailand, whatever it is, if you type those things into the search, what'll happen is previous posts will come up. And so with that, you can see there might be a post that was just done yesterday, or it might have been 6 months ago. And so with that, I always say start with the search. Here's why. One, again, somebody might have posted something recently already, because believe it or not, people inside the groups get aggravated when people keep asking the same question. I know it's kind of selfish and, it doesn't seem like it's the most welcoming thing for people to do, but people are people and it happens. So if you want to avoid that, go into the search engine, the search feature on the group page, and then type in whatever it is you're looking for. If it's a certain country, if you're searching for tours Thailand, tours Rome, it'll bring up posts and comments that have those words included. The other benefit of using the search option is you can search for the things that you're looking for without your phone or your computer blowing up. Because when you post something and then people start commenting, and in some of these groups, people literally get thousands of comments. So your phone or your computer just blowing up all day from responses. Well, if you're just seeking to get information, if that information is already there, you can jump into the group, search for it, find it, be done with it, right? Versus creating a post like, hey, I'm going to Thailand, what's a good place to eat? I promise you, there are tons of people who've been in Thailand and posted. Some people have posted extensive, detailed summaries of their trips to Thailand. Type that in, see what it is, see if it, satisfies your need. If not, then post something. That way you're not worried about your phone or your computer just blowing up from notifications. So that's a time saver tip. It's a stress level reducer. Make sure you take advantage of the search feature. All right. And believe it or not, there's some people in the groups who are pretty smart asses, and they'll tell you now, are you aware of the search engine option? So you can avoid those people. All right. The third thing that I see people doing incorrectly is they ask vague questions. What does that mean? They ask open-ended questions that aren't really clear in what they're trying to obtain. When you know your travel style, you're very specific in what it is you're trying to do. Are you trying to go camping? Are you trying to go find a resort or a villa? Are you trying to go do some food tours or some local excursions? Are you trying to ride on motorcycle taxis? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to go somewhere that's 3-star, 4-star? Are you trying to stay within a budget of $60 a night, $120 a night? Sky's the limit, whatever the case. When you're very specific, you get very specific answers because people will ask these vague questions to get answers that just, vary the whole spectrum of travel. And so now you're sitting there even more confused than when you started. Granted, you'll get some good ideas. Oh, that's a really good idea. But you have to filter through literally hundreds, sometimes if not thousands of comments of stuff that is not, they aren't things that you even like. So make sure you start posting detailed questions. Know your travel style. That'll help you determine what sort of questions to ask. Then go into the group and make sure you ask these detailed questions. And I promise you, the answer that you'll get back will be much more satisfying, much more time saving because you're not worried about filtering through all these things that you're totally not interested in. All right, so that's the third tip. The fourth thing that you should absolutely avoid doing inside of these travel groups is engaging in heated arguments based on opinions. OMG. Let me tell you, everybody in the world has an opinion. And in travel groups, everybody has some sort of opinion about what's good, what's bad. Spirit Airlines sucks. Spirit Airlines works great for me. Southwest Airlines sucks. Southwest Airlines works great for me. Thailand is awesome. Thailand is too far. Ride the elephants. Don't ride the elephants. People start shaming you for doing that. I'm going to talk about that pretty soon. Make sure when you post in these groups, you're looking for facts as much as possible. Now, granted, sometimes people's opinions kind of matter. It's kind of like saying, what's a good time to go? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. Do you like crowds? Can you only get off work during the summer? So sometimes there are other things that determine when you can or can't go. So you want to know these things and avoid going back and forth with people because, again, you're in a travel group to have a great time. People don't travel for stress. So don't go into the travel group in a stressful situation and engaging in stressful conversations. The cool thing about social media is you can just bounce out. Like, you know what? I'm going to leave you and your argument alone. I'm about to go back to whatever it is I was doing and leave you with your thoughts. So think about that. Don't get engaged in these heated arguments on social media and in these travel groups because at the end of the day, you're trying to travel, enjoy life, and have a peaceful time. And the fifth thing that you should absolutely avoid doing inside of these travel groups is travel shaming. I can't tell you how often I see people go inside of these groups and just shame and bash people for the things that they want to do. Everybody has their opinions on what is good or bad, what life should be. You have people that say, save the whales, save the trees, save the ozone layer, save this, save that. Well, if you're trying to save the ozone layer, you shouldn't even fly anywhere, right? But yet you're going to fly somewhere that you judge somebody for doing whatever it is they're doing. People say ride elephants, don't ride elephants. Pet monkeys, don't pet the monkeys. Pet the tigers, don't pet the tigers. Go scuba diving in the ocean, don't go scuba diving in the ocean. It's like all these different things. Let people live their lives. Now, unless somebody is asking you, hey, I've heard these things about these elephants or these whatever, what do you think? Then you give them your opinion. But if somebody wants to go ride elephants, that's what they want to do. It's their money, it's their time. Now, if you want some sort of elephant sanctuary crusade, create a page for that. And that's the thing that upsets me is like people have all these strong opinions, yet they're not doing anything except jumping on people's posts saying what you should or shouldn't do. If you feel that strongly about it, create a video, create a post, create a website. I'm creating this video because what I've seen in these travel groups is that important to me. Because I see people making mistakes, asking the wrong question. And I've seen people literally get discouraged and say, maybe I'll just wait because of all the feedback that they got. So I'm doing my part to make sure that I combat the things that bother me, which is travel shaming. Stop shaming people. Educate people, if anything. Don't beat them up. Don't make them feel bad. Well, you can't make anybody feel bad, but if anything, educate somebody. Give them information and what they choose to do with it. Let them do it on their own. I've been on elephants. I actually went somewhere and seemed pretty okay. I did it again. I went somewhere and I saw things I didn't like. So I'm like, now I have a different perspective of it, but it's mine. It's not based on something somebody else said. And I don't need anybody coming up to me shaming me. And I never felt shamed because I do what I want to do and I'll continue to do what I want to do. But again, if you're one of these people, shame on you. You shouldn't be doing it. Don't shame others. Let them enjoy their lives. So these are the 5 things you should avoid doing inside of these travel groups. Hope this has served you well. Hope you learned a little something, and hopefully you won't do any of the 5 things that have already been mentioned. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like the video, love the video, share the video with someone who you feel might benefit from this. And if you haven't done so either, go ahead and check out the travel style quiz on the website or somewhere on the Facebook page. And until the next time, it's your boy Pedro signing out. See you in the next video. Deuces.